Okay, let's take a look at this problem here. Okay, the average length of a hospital stay for all diagnoses is 6.2 days. If we assume that the length of hospital stays are normally distributed with a standard deviation of 1.2 days, then what is the probability the patient will stay in the hospital more than 3.31 days? Now, it doesn't refer to standard normal, doesn't give us a z score, a z value. So we have to first come up with that z. Okay, z, remember, is x minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. Now, the x is usually the part that goes with your probability. So what is the probability a patient will stay in the hospital more than 3.31? So 3.31 is our x minus the mean. That's a lot easier. It'll say average or mean. It says the average is 6.2. And then divided by the standard deviation tells us standard deviation is 1.2. Okay, now when you plug this in your calculator, you want to make sure you put parentheses on top or do it separate. I'm going to do it separate. So we got 3.31 minus 6.2 gives us negative 2.89. And then I'll divide negative 2.89 divided by 1.2. And you want to round 2 decimal places. Negative 2.41. Since that's an 8, I round up and that becomes a 1. Okay, now let's go back to our original problem now. And it says more than. So more than implies greater, which would be over here. So that's shaded. Whenever you have it shaded to the right, you immediately want to rewrite it as 1 minus and then shade it to the left. Like that. Because our table is based upon the area to the left. Here's our z-score that we're going to look up in our table. We want to separate it. So I'm going to separate this part from the hundredths place. This is 0.01. So I'm going to look up negative 2.4, which is right there, and 0.01. And at the intersection of those, you're going to see your value. So we're going to have 1 minus 0.0080. Yeah, I was going to make a bold statement. I can do that one in my head, but I'm not very good at decimals. So 1 minus 0.0080, 0.992. And if I was changing that to percent form, I'd move my decimal point 2 places to the right, and I'd have 99.2%, and round is appropriate.